Hi everyone, it's Gail here with the Ignite Show. It's Thursday, so the Ignite Show goes out live every Monday and Thursday at 5, live at 5. Oh, it's 5:17 at this point, so a little bit on the late side today, but that is because I am in the middle of the pre-challenge, the pre-challenge panic and tech nightmare that typically goes on when I'm about to do a challenge. I see Tanuja is on. Hi Tanuja, how are you? Good to see you. See, a couple of people have joined me live. So it's all go here at Core Transformation headquarters. So my company name is Core Transformation. And yeah, we are all in the thick of it, getting ready for next week. So it's really exciting, a tiny bit stressful, I'd have to say, a little bit overwhelming, right? Because I've changed a lot of things, doing a lot of things differently this time. And I thought I had plenty of time to do it all, and now I'm running out of time because I've only really got one day of prep left at this point. But hey ho, and Gainer's on as well. Hi Gainer, how are you? Good to have you here. Good to have you here. How are you? Let me know in the comments. If you're watching me live, let me know in the comments how you are, what you're up to, how your day is going. Loving hearing all your news and your chat. So drop me some comments and let me know how you're getting on. So this is going to be a very quick Ignite show today because I have a client in 10 minutes. So I'm just on very briefly with a little hot tip. So when I was literally 2 minutes ago thinking, right, what am I going to talk about on the Ignite show today? And I thought, you know what, I am feeling a bit overwhelmed right now. Suzanne is on as well. Hello. Hi, Suzanne. Tanuja is saying, doing well. Started the day at 12:30 a.m. and still going strong. Tanuja, every time you post a comment like that, I am like, you are having a laugh. Oh my word, you are having a laugh. Anyway, you go get them. That's all I can say. You go get them. So because it is all go right now, so it's just all go, getting prepped for next week, and I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed myself, I thought, you know what, that's what I'm going to talk about. So what is the one thing, right? So the one thing that you can do right now, if you are feeling overwhelmed, right? What is that? And so this is something that, so when I was doing a leadership program, when I myself was in a leadership program a few years ago now, when I was working for Adobe, and I was doing a 12-month, year-long leadership program with a number of other senior women in the organization. And one of the things that came up in that, which, so I've got things pinging at me all over the place. My wrist is pinging, my screen is pinging, my phone is pinging, everything is pinging. That's just how today has been, really. So this is one thing that stayed with me. There's loads of things that stayed with me actually from that program, but one thing in particular was what to do when you're overwhelmed. So what do you do when you're overwhelmed? What if you're not sure? What if you can't decide what to do? What if things are getting on top of you? The tip is to ask yourself a simple question, like one simple question that you can ask yourself. And the simple question is, one simple question is, what do I want? That's it. What do I want? Now, short question, simple question, very powerful question, right? Because you can use that question in any situation. So no matter what you have got going on, whatever's happening in your world right now, when you need to really figure something out, or get clarity, or get back on top of things, and prioritize and figure out what you need to do first, ask yourself that question. What do I want right now? Okay, what do I want right now? What do I want today? Or it could be, what do I want right now? What do I want this week? It could be, what do I want right now, this moment? What do I want this morning? What do I want this afternoon? What do I want today? What do I want this week? What do I want this month? What do I want this year? What do I want in my life, right? You can go anywhere you want with that question, but that's the question. What do I want? What do I want? Because when we take the time to just pause, right? So when everything is just going on around us and it's overwhelming and we don't know whether we're coming or going, and we're being pulled in so many different directions. God, that so resonates with me for today. so resonates with me right now. Being pulled in so many different directions. Sometimes, we just have to say, right, let's just pause for a second. Pause. Let's just stop. What do I want? What do I want right now? What matters most? What's most important? How does that align with, my vision, my goals, where I'm trying to get to, the outcomes I'm driving to, right? Because with the best will in the world, none of us can do everything at once. It's impossible. We end up just getting frazzled, or if you're me, you end up getting frazzled. But if you just stop and pause, it's like, what do I want? And so when that, so for me today, I was getting a bit overwhelmed today because this always happens, right? So when I'm in pre-challenge mode, this always happens. There's always tech challenges. Every single challenge I've done, running up to the challenge or during the challenge, something happens tech-wise, and you're like, oh my goodness. And then all of a sudden, you think that you're planned, excuse me, you think that you're planned and organized, everything's kind of going okay. And then a curveball gets thrown at you, and just all of a sudden you're like, right, okay, well, we're just gonna have to deal with this. But when you're dealing with multiple other things at the same time, that can be really different. That can be really difficult. So for me today, because at one point today, right, at one point I was a bit frazzled, getting a little bit emotional, shall we say. And eventually I just had to say to myself, right, just stop. Like, what do I want? What matters most? And I just had to really focus on the priority. What needed to be done first? What was most important? And I figured out what that was, and I focused on that, and I did that. Got it done. I had to completely, change my landing page for the challenge. Oh my goodness, I think about, I don't even know if I want to share all that went wrong with stuff today, but ads got rejected, then they were unrejected, had to change the landing page, had to make sure that my email sequence was ready to go out tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. And then all of a sudden it's 5 o'clock and I'm supposed to be live in the Ignite show, and I haven't even thought about what am I going to say today. And then just before I went live for the Ignite show, one of my friends in business, who some of you know, so the lovely Julie, messaged me and said, do you know that there's another change to the bot? So for those of you that have done my challenge before, you will know that you get messages from me in the messenger system. And so there's there's a technical piece to that, and certain ways that you need to run that to make sure that you comply with Facebook, and there's a whole load of stuff around that. And Julie just messaged me and said, have you done the new thing in the bot? And I was like, what new thing? I was like, you are kidding me. You're seriously, no way. And so as it turns out, I actually had to go into the bot to send out the message for this. And as it turns out, I had done that thing miraculously. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I seem to have done it. At least I hope I've done it right. And so that just, that was a good thing. But the thing is, the other thing about this is perspective, right? Because I've been getting really overwhelmed today, and it's funny how this is, so I have goosebumps when I think about this, because it's funny how the universe sends you things at just the right time. So at just the right time this morning and last night, actually, really funny. So last night, feeling a bit panicky, a message popped into my messenger from someone who had done my challenge a year ago, right? A year ago. And she sent me a message to tell me the impact that it had on her. And I read this message last night and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then this morning in my inbox, one of my clients sent me an email with an amazing testimonial about the work that we've been doing together. And that made me stop, and it just made me think, it's like, that is why I do what I do. That is why I put myself through the turmoil of figuring out all tech to make this stuff work, because that's the impact that I want to have. And that is what's most important. And then just about 10 minutes ago, I found out, this is really heart-wrenching for me, I found out that my coach, who I haven't spoken to for quite a long time, but she was a huge source of support to me when I was, making the decision to set up my own business, leaving Adobe, going through all of that. She really, helped, supported, and coached me through that whole journey. I've just found out that she has, she's been suffering from a I can't remember how it was worded, but I think it's an aggressive form of cancer, and she's having to go abroad for surgery because that's the only place that she can go to get surgery. And and I was just like, oh my God. And when you read things like that, you're like, do you know what? It's just a 5-day challenge, right? Yeah, there's tech, and yeah, it's difficult to get it all set up, and my numbers are down compared to where I would like them to be, and all of those things. But at the end of the day, just looking at my inbox, and I'm seeing subscriptions coming in thick and fast at the moment, which is great. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Like my challenge, it's insignificant in the scheme of things, and when you look at the bigger picture. And so that would be my other tip. Get some perspective, because it'll be fine. Like, no matter what, right? No matter what, even if none of the tech works next week, I will still deliver the challenge. People will still have a good experience. They will still go away with more than they came in, and everyone's going to have, a great experience. So it's all going to be fine, right? So that is my things, because I'm going to have to go because I have a client at 5:30. But that's my thing for you. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, when things are getting on top of you, if you're having a day like I've had today, I am still smiling. I was almost in tears at one point, but I'm still smiling. So when you've had a day like I've had, sorry for being distracted. I just feel everything is pinging around me at the moment. My client has just joined my Zoom session, so I'm going to need to go. Yeah, so when you're in that place, when you're overwhelmed, when things are getting on top of you, pause, ask yourself, what do I want, right? And get a grip, right? It's like, get a grip, get some perspective, right? It will all be fine. Just focus on the one thing that you need to do next. Prioritize based on what you want, what's most important, what matters most, and then do something. Take action, because when you take action, it moves you forward. It makes you feel that you've got control of at least something, and everything starts to move and shift, and you just feel better. So, so that's it. So if you are joining me on my challenge next week, it's going to be brilliant, right? It is going to be brilliant. It's going to be amazing. It always is, and next week will be no exception. If you don't know what my challenge is and you want to come and join it, I've put the link in this post, so have a look at that, and please sign up. Please tell your friends about it. If you know anyone who is, oh, thank you so much for all your comments. I'm reading them all. That's so nice. Gaynor is saying, sending you a big virtual hug. Love this advice. Thank you, Gail. We're all human. Jorby, so sorry to hear. Nadia, hi, Gail, big hugs from me too. Oh. Suzanne saying, thanks for sharing. We're all human. We are all human. Jorby, lots of virtual hugs to you. That is life. It is life. And Suzanne is looking forward to it. So am I, Suzanne. It's going to be amazing. I'm opening the group tomorrow, actually. So if you've registered already, you're going to get into the group tomorrow. If you haven't registered, link is in this post. Make sure you come along and join me. And if you know anybody else that wants a little confidence boost right now, right? If somebody is in need of a confidence boost, anyone who is filled with self-doubt and overwhelm, right now, my challenge is the go-to place for that. So come and join me. It's going to be amazing. The tech will all be sorted, right? by hook or by crook, we will get there. The tech will be sorted. So I'm going to have to go and see my client. I will speak to you all later. Click on the link, share it with your friends, come and join me. It's going to be brilliant. I've got about 150 odd people signed up now. Let me just check what the current, let me give you the current scores on the doors. Nadia has just joined my Zoom meeting. That's strange, Nadia, because I wasn't expecting that. I think that's because the calendar invites that have gone out are all wrong. Right, yeah, I'm up to 152 people. That is the current number. I want to double that by Sunday, right? I want to double it by Sunday. Will you help me? Will you help me? The link is in the post. Share it broadly, and I will see you in the challenge. Take care, everyone. Bye.